Cinderella retelling. Cinderella, A Tale of Hope, Improbable Love, and Girls with Small Feet, which is not me. I am the one doing all the chores, though. It is above and beyond pretty much one of my favorite fairy tales when it comes to its retellings. There are so many great twists on this tale, largely because it's such a classic feel, so open-ended, and yet there's the huge question on how and why in Bocadia is this prince falling in love with a girl he just met. So let's dive in there. First, a couple disclaimers. First, this list is my preferences, which means that one, it is my ranking. You are free and welcome to disagree with it. I personally rank it on the use of the fairy tale's themes and the how well the twist is executed. I may rank a fairy tale higher because I feel that it captures the heart of the fairy tale or twists it better than one that is maybe better written. And second of all, this is limited to my favorite retellings. I have read the most retellings of this fairy tale, but I still haven't read them all. I'm still human. I will say, there was a lot of fairy tales that I jostled in and out of this top 10, and I am very inclined to doing a part 2 to this one once I exhaust other fairy tales that I have read a lot of retellings from. So let's get into it. Number 10, Cinderella's Dress by Shona Slayton. So this isn't strictly a retelling of Cinderella, though it does present a idea of it wasn't how we did, but it's about the things, what happens after the fairy tale, and by after I mean a long time after, and what's become of that magical dress that she wore to the I think my one grievance with this book is the fact that it takes forever for the plot to really get going, and it covers a lot of time just like, whoo, what is happening? But really good take on the tale, really good twist, really tells about what Cinder is all about, and I highly recommend this book. I really need to finish the series, or at least continue it, because I don't think it's finished yet. 9. The Secret Slipper by Amanda Tarot. So The Secret Slipper takes the premise of, what if it's not a prince madly in love with Cinderella looking for her, but her father? What if a father lost his child a long time ago and all he's got to go off of is her shoe because she had a twisted foot? I love Amanda Tarot's take on this tale. It is really great, really awesome. Highly recommend go read this series. Number 8, The Ugly Stepsister Strikes Back by Soraya Wilson. So this is the one that I'm most in debate about having on this list because I wouldn't call it the best written fairy tale. It's got a lot of syrup and stuff that's like, okay, why? But it's a very self-aware twist on the fairy tale, with the heroine always comparing herself to the ugly stepsister, and her perfect sister Ella is, and eventually it comes out that, hey, I don't have to stick with the hand that life's given me. I can claim and grasp life, and I don't have to live life as a social pariah. I don't have to be the evil stepsister. We can work together. Loved it. Not sure I'm ever gonna read the sequel. It doesn't seem to be a fairy tale retelling, but I definitely recommend this one. Number 7, Tinker by Jill Williamson and Luke Williamson. Okay, so first of all, sci-fi retelling. I think we all know by this point that sci-fi retellings are awesome, so yes. Second of all, gender swapped retelling. Awesome doubled. Third of all, it's not a romance. It's a boy striving to make his life better by winning a contest to go to a certain school that will help him have a better life. It is awesome. It is amazing. Jill Williamson's a great author, and I love this team up with her son. I need to read the sequel. Number 6, Broken Glass by Emma Clifton. So the fact that I've only managed to get one of this book out of this collection onto the list is a testament to how many great Cinderella retellings I've read, because this whole collection is awesome. But Broken Glass is by far my favorite because, one, its plot twist, girls wearing the wrong shoe, and 2, all the snark, all the snarky, fighty romance, and not what you expect. And it's amazing. I loved it, and it defies everything. Go read this whole collection, but this one's the best. Number 5, Midnight's Curse by Trisha Mingerink. So first of all, the setting of this series is wild. It's a sort of weird intersection between Native American society and medieval European society. And it doesn't always mesh cleanly, but I personally love it. And second of all, it's hugely twisted. This is not a nice fairy godmother. She is not setting Ella up for success. It's a wild ride from beginning to end. Oh, my poor heart. Damon and Alexander. I am really looking forward to book 3 of this series, which I can't wait to read. And great books. Go read them now. Number 4, Ellie and the Prince by J.M. Stengel. Let's start with fantasy resort for royalty in this Sado, somewhere between contemporary and medieval. It's mostly contemporary, but it's got a very definite medieval under vibe. It's amazing. Definitely fantasy. And she's a worker at a resort that this handsome prince attends. And she's like, oh, he's handsome. But she's busy taking care of Cinder sprites to bother with romance, except he's handsome. And all these things just start happening, and they keep getting thrown together. And she realizes, oh, he's got a crush on me! It's amazing. Plot twist, amazing. I just... great series. Definitely recommend. This one is awesome. Number 3, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Yes, my friend, we have made it to the big guns. Like, you know they're getting up good when I've got Cinder thing. I'm sure we've all heard about Cinder. Cyborg, futuristic, not dystopia, but plagues running around rampant. I love this series. I love this book. And if you haven't read this book and you love retellings, I don't know what you're doing. Go read it now. Number 2, Secret of the Hazel Tree by Kirsten Fisher. Okay, small problem with this one. It's not published. I read this story as a beta for the author 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, a lot of years ago. And she still has not published it. And I'm mad at her because I want to recommend this book to every person I meet and their dog, but I can't because it's not published. It's a non-magical retelling set in a Sado medieval world, and she's going to the ball to solve what happened to her mother. Why did her mother die? And it's also based more on the Grimm version of the tale rather than the more traditional Perrault French version. So, as I said, Secret of the Hazel Tree. Yes. So, yeah. Kiri, I need this book published now so I can go recommend it to my friends. I'm very upset. Finally, number 1. Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. I first read Ella Enchanted so many years ago, and this was the book that taught me this is what fairy tales can do. This is what a retelling should be and could be. It is amazing because it is simultaneously an extremely accurate retelling to the tale, but on the other side of the coin, it is so much completely its own story. It is working and building, putting all these pieces in place, and when everything falls in together, you go, oh my word, I've been reading Cinderella this whole time, and it doesn't feel like Cinderella because it's Ella, the girl who's cursed to be obedient, and it is awesome and amazing, and Gail Carson Levine is amazing. I have a shrine to her books. So that was my top 10 retellings of Cinderella. As I said already, I've read so many retellings. Please don't consider those are the only 10 great ones in the world, because it ain't. I had to work so hard to narrow this down. But yeah, so many awesome books, and I know all of them were like, go read this now. It's because they're all so awesome, and Cinderella is such an amazing tale. And I just kind of want to toss in 2 more that I wrote, because I don't rank my own books, but if you want to check out 2 more, I do have Cinderella, which is a gender-swapped adventure story, short story, and then Cinders, which is the first story in the Tales of Ever After collection. Great story. It also has a second really great Cinderella retelling in here as well. But yeah, Cinders, where the fairy godmother shows up to help the girl and all she can find is the family's pet cats. How does that go down? I'm also working on the 3rd one, The Merchant of Venice, book 6 of my Volcania Quest. Stars Cinderella in a very starring role. And also The Merchant of Venice. I mean, that's obvious from the title. And Pirates. And The Odyssey. Anywho, I will hopefully be back soon enough with another top 10 list. So feel free to subscribe, and I will think of what else to do after I exhaust these top 10 lists, but right now I'm enjoying them. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias. Kinder out!